is that pressure to match up, last Christmas, we will watch Amatumbo, and definitely this year you can't be the one like and watch Amatumbo. Not that watching Amatumbo is bad.
You seem to be, you're carrying some,
You have a hate and
yes, there's something going on there, but let's not explore that too deeply. I know we talked about it, and we've all kind of recognized it's the human experiences that really stick with you.
Yeah.
But I feel like even in the descriptions that you have given, there's pressure from family and from society during Christmas. What have you experienced, and what do you think guys experience over the Christmas period as pressure from either family or from society? What have you seen guys experience?
Well, let's start with Auntie Wagari.
Okay.
Auntie Waharia. So, in like one of our previous episodes, we've said like toxicity exists, toxic parents, toxic siblings, toxic families do exist, and there's always the stories of the rich family being treated better. Hawapewi matumbo wakaoshe. They're doing the good chores. They're hanging out, eating storos in the living room.
Behind the Curtain Podcast.
Behind the Curtain Podcast.
Behind the Curtain Podcast.
Behind the Curtain Podcast. Yeah. You guys, no, seriously. No, please. Hi, and welcome back to Behind the Curtain Podcast with Centonomy. My name is Waithaka Gatumia. So glad that you're here with us. I'm with my team. Let's start on that end, if you don't mind. Tell the people who you are and tell us, maybe wish them a happy Merry Christmas, something like that.
Exactly. Thank you, Waithaka. Hi, everyone. It's glad to have you back on Behind the Curtains podcast. My name is Nancy, and I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hi, guys. My name is Wawesh. Merry Christmas. And if you have not been naughty for the better part of 2024, you can call me Santa.
Hi, everybody.
Now, how will we call you Santa and you have the hat on your lap? No, wear it properly. If you're Santa, wear it properly.
So this Santa happens to have some very proud of.
Okay.
Very proud of. So, yeah, but I might wait as we go on.
Sorry. Joanne, go ahead.
Thank you. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Curtain Podcast. My name is Joanne Duty. I'm new on this podcast, but I'm excited, and Merry Christmas. We're all looking forward.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas, everyone, and join in. And I hope you're having a fun time wherever you are in the world. Today, we're talking about Christmas spending, because this is something that's a deal around the world. Everyone talks about, especially in Kenya, in January. And we don't want to end there. We want to have a happy Christmas, happy January, and the rest of it as we go along the way. Yep. So before we get started, I wanted to find out from you guys, what's the plan for Christmas? Joanne, what's your plan for Christmas?
I'm a mom to two boys. I'm going to be driving down with them to Naivasha. That was not the dream, guys. The dream was somewhere further, and I got the invoices earlier on in January, but man, the cost, even then, it wasn't even budgetable from January. So we narrowed down to something simpler. That's what we'll be doing. Of course, and shifting kids from the different shushus. That's the plan.
I know about the shushus. Yes, they are so useful. Let me tell you, for those without kids, let me just inform you, be nice to your mothers.
Nice.
He will help you in life. Wawesh, what's the plan for Christmas?
So Wawesh will be spending his Christmas in Nax. So I'll be dropping to go see my parents and my grandpa, actually. I wanted to say grandparents, but it's grandpa right now.
Okay.
Who's the last man standing.
Yeah.
And God has blessed him with many years. He's, I believe, turning 96.
What?
Yeah, so...
When is he turning 96?
Next year.
Okay.
Next year,
We're about to wish him happy birthday, but happy birthday in advance. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be going to Nakuru. Yeah. Enjoying potatoes and green maize and everything that will be there. And then January, I'll be back with a lot of potatoes and enough goods to survive in January.
That sounds like a very Kikuyu Christmas, but let's not go there anyway. Very good, Nancy. What's the plan for Christmas?
Well, first of all, you better count me in. for those potatoes.
Okay, good. Yes, please.
So, well, for me, okay, I'll definitely travel up country to spend time with family. I've missed lots of fish, so I must go and eat fish. Yeah.
Cool. By the grace of God, the plan is to take the kids to the coast. We haven't been as a family for a long time. We haven't been. I think the last time they were, in fact, none of them can remember the trip. Like they remember snippets from it. We have photos and stuff that guys are going through. So they were all this size now. I want to go down and show them the Kenyan coast. That's what we want to do this holiday. That's the plan.
Do you have room to accommodate another family?
No, we do not. I know. Let me just tell you, you were talking about prices that change throughout the year. Even as we planned this, I think this is like 6 months old. The plan as we were going through, and we're just like, it kept changing as we get closer. We had thought we can fly. That plan just disappeared very quickly. So we'll be driving. It will be first road trip with the kids. Amazing. It is good. Yeah. It is good. So I guess we kind of revealed already what you're thinking about over Christmas, but I wanted to find out what really matters to you over the holiday season. Like, what are the things that, if this doesn't happen, it's not a holiday experience? Wawesh, what's that like for you?
I think the best part of Christmas for me is usually the fact that we all put our titles aside. We put all those titles we have. For example, Waithaka, you will be hanging out with your family over the Christmas period, yeah?
Yes.
You will be Waithaka the dad, not Waithaka the CEO. Yeah? So when I go home, I'll be Wawesh the son, the brother, the cousin, and there's no all that flair. Yeah? So I am myself in the most, I think, primal nature. So sometimes we are asked, who are you? Without mentioning any of the titles. So you become that. You get a period to experience that. And I think what matters most to me is, one, family. I get to hang out with my brother. I get to see a few of my cousins because we usually meet up at my grandparents. I think that's what matters most. Just that and vibes. Because we usually have like assemble somewhere tunasoma mahindi like a bonfire sort of thing. But mahindi iko hapo kando, tukiambia mwingine atuzimia moto because ana focus more on the maize and the firewood and all that. Like it's those fun moments with loved ones.
Nancy.
Actually, I'd say the same thing. The fun moments with loved ones. Especially, you see, those relatives you've never met in your entire life. Then, Christmas brings you together. You get to interact. You get to meet everyone. It's just the same thing.
Cool. Joanne?
For me, Christmas is not Christmas if I do not spend time with my children, a lot of it. So they just closed about a week ago. So even as soon as now, just trying to put in as much time as possible. And if I don't spend time with family, so this is the nuclear family and also extended family, the grandparents to the kids, my mom, my cousins. And thirdly, if I don't spend time with my friends, I feel like it's the only time when we are forgiven to do a bit of sherehe. So sherehe is yamchom out there with friends.
What do you mean we are forgiven?
We are forgiven. For sure we are going to waste money. There is no question about that.
What do you mean by waste money? What do you mean?
If I've been invited by my friend for Nyamchom, I'm not showing up empty-handed. I have to come along with a bottle of wine. I have to come along with, a snack, you see. So there's money that's going to go to places. I don't want to say it was budgeted because I don't necessarily put on my budget money for sherehe. Maybe I should, but I don't. But there's money that we are going to waste. And I'm content with that. So that's what forms Christmas.
When you call it waste, that's what I'm interested. Why do you say it's a waste? I don't think it's a waste. Sherehe is not a waste.
I want to say that it's not a waste, but when I am in January, when your fee haijafika and that bottle was 7,000, I'm going to go back and be like, Was that
could I have made a better choice?
Could I have made a better choice? But I'm also careful about balancing it. But you see, there are things that we're going to spend on that we do not naturally spend on throughout the whole year. We're going to have pizzas on Tuesday. Like the kids are always, and kids put us under a lot of pressure. So they're always going to ask for things, and now they're home and idle. So they'll ask for a lot of things. And as a parent, you just can't keep saying no. It's like, so even then they'll be like, okay, is this a no home?
Yes.
So I know there's gotta be that.
Sorry, I have to out you a little bit for everyone, because I think this week we were in a Zoom meeting and you had a teammate, one of the boys, I think, came and joined an office. Yes, these are the joys of being parents, let me tell you. But that's cool, yeah. I think for me, it's always been, as you said, family is key. And I think it's experiences. And sometimes, so the experience does, I think what I'm learning now is that the experience doesn't have to be elaborate for it to be meaningful. And I think for me, for a long time, it has always been, you need to do something big. And sometimes you've paid for something big. Maybe you've gone to a restaurant you've always wanted to go, and then it's disappointing. Or you took a trip to some place and it wasn't as fun as the other thing that you wanted to do. And so now, nowadays, we're trying to spend more time thinking about what's the experience going to be like, rather than what is everyone else doing and what are they, what's the most expensive. You want to travel out. And sometimes some of the most fun travels have been local.
Yeah.
I remember we had traveled out of the country with my wife, and then a few years later, when Nairobi were wondering what can we do an easy time with the kids, we ended up going to KICC. We had realized we've gone around like to different parts of the world, to tourist sites, looked at big cities, and we had never actually gone to KICC to look at Nairobi from above. And it was one of those, like a cheap experience, but the kids loved it. Going up the stairs, looking, identifying things that they know from above. So small things like that. So I had a question for guys. What's the holiday bucket list? I know I already talked about don't go for the extravagant thing. Sorry, I know it sounds like I'm going in a different direction, but I'm interested to know what would be like, if we do this for Christmas in my life, this is an amazing Christmas I'm going to go for.
Ooh.
You need a moment to think.
I really loved something you said earlier, that it doesn't have to be grand to be a great experience. And then it got me thinking in so many directions. But yes, the second question sort of counters it. And what do I think it would be like perfect Christmas? For me, honestly, the time we're able to book a holiday all the way from 23rd and come back on the 2nd of January and, get all those Christmas lightings done in, I don't want to say the name of the hotel.
Just say.
Big, and then they're going to be
say.
Like in Sarova or do it at the Masai Mara.
Yes.
That's really going to be cool.
Yeah.
We haven't done it yet because it also costs quite a bit. This is the time of the holiday where, especially in Kenya, it's quite pricey.
Yes.
So the time we're able to that, I'll really be excited.
Cool.
Well, for me, I want to ride on this. Like the fact that you can go out, just not somewhere at home, not in a home setup, and you're out there for 2 weeks. I think it's perfect. It's Christmas perfect. Though there's some activities that I think are in my bucket list, especially for this year. Bungee jumping.
You want to jump off a high ledge with the hopes that you're going to go back down. We love you a lot. Please take care of yourself. In fact, before Nancy answered, because you were the one who was thinking so hard, so everyone else is watching, if you can write what's your Christmas bucket list like in the chat, we'd love to hear from you and hear what your experience would be like. So what's your Christmas bucket list like?
Yeah, so if at all, I love instruments.
Yeah.
So if at all there could be just a concert.
Hey.
Yeah, only for violinists.
Yes.
I really wish to attend during Christmas or before Christmas.
So go and watch
just alone before I spend time with the family.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's like an orchestra?
Definitely.
That would be something amazing for you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I am into music as well. I feel you. You guys, your bucket list is small. Me, I had like a long one. And I was like,
yes. It's exciting to see that one person's bucket list is another person's fear.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Bungee jump, and Nancy was like, "That's my fear."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very different people. In
But you see, Nancy would like to go and watch Wawesh doing it. Not to go, yes, to be part of the
I'll definitely
experience.
cringe and I'll fear for him.
Yes.
We'll have violin sounds at the back.
Bungee jumping.
No, the question is,
Yes.
when you're bungee jump,
Yes.
there's someone who has a KPI and
Yes.
is really looking for promotion. So before I fall and die, just before.
Have your level of faith.
My sister has gone bungee jumping, and she actually did it over a river, and they did it, the one that you get to go and actually dip at the bottom into the water. That's the one. So
Wow, what manner of courage is that?
I don't know. It's not my courage,
courageous.
that is hers. So that's
But
something
has
else.
anyone done it before? amongst
Gone
us?
bungee jumping?
Yes.
No, I've not gone. Have you? No?
Ask me that.
Have you? Okay.
You have a plan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. For me, it's I'd love to go on a Europe tour.
Wow.
You guys were not around at
Wow.
Centonomy a couple of years back. We had one of our colleagues. A shout out to Wendy. Wendy's out there. Wendy's doing an amazing job. Since she left Centonomy, she was amazing when she was here as well. She's the one who gave us hardest time because Wendy decided with her friends, we are going to Europe and went to like 8 countries in Europe and was sending us photos, Eiffel Tower, Leaning Tower, Pisa. It's like, we're like, what is this? So, but I'd love to do something like that. Take my family and go. That's something I'd like to do. And there are many others. Now you guys have made me feel shy because you've only listed like one. I'd like to do Asia. East Asia I've never been. So I'd like to do like Beijing or Tokyo, one of those large cities, East Asia. That would be one. And then South America. Yes. It's another place I've not been. So,
but all of it revolves around traveling.
Exactly. Yes. Because the rest of it is family and you do it with your family as well. So I want to put pressure on you now. Why is you're probably the one who's going to answer the fastest? So I'm not going to give you the question. What out of that bucket list that you've been thinking about can you do now? And then what's something that you might need to work towards as far as your finances maybe are concerned? Pressure. Sorry.
It is.
But you don't have pressure. Bungee jumping, you can go over here. Where do they do it at Sagana? You can do it, yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes. So what can you do now? What what you said?
Mine, okay. Because I can attend a concert, but then what I really want is for someone like Andrew to be there, the chief violinist. Yeah. That's something that I would really wish for.
Yes.
Yeah.
So which concert? So you're going to look for one locally here that you can go to
Locally,
attend?
I could. But now I'd have to wait for him to come to Kenya.
Okay. For the one that you're working towards.
Yeah.
Or you could go to Ernst.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
New York's Carnegie Hall. Go. But that's what I was saying. But that's what I was saying. I think working towards.
Yes.
It's something that we've been thinking through and saying, okay, why can't you go to New York to watch one of those concerts? Why not? Yes, I'm asking you now. Why not? Pressure.
Well, that's a good question, Rebecca. The resources are limited, but I'm working towards that by savings.
Okay, cool. I like it. Wawesh, have you thought, what could you do now?
So right now, I start with Sagana, I start with Brudani.
Yes.
I start with a few places that I know of and around before I plan for the more grand
Which
ones.
is the grand one that you'd like to do in future? Yes. Yes.
Ocean.
Skydiving.
Yes.
You're very
Are you
courageous.
serious?
We live best when adrenaline is involved. And adrenaline helps you to live a very nice life.
Yes.
And create it's experiential.
That's right.
So I want to make sure that my adrenaline high needs to work.
Yes.
But don't you fear heights? Don't you have fear for heights?
I don't. And also I don't rates as failures.
Yeah.
How are they?
No. I mean, like nowadays you can do it and do it well. The only thing is, why if you don't have a wife, that's the problem. In this case, because there are some of us, even the motorbike that I wanted to get, Sheila, just anyway, let's leave that where it is. Yeah, so work towards it. I think it's important to keep that in mind. What can you do now, Joanne, and that from that bucket list?
I think for me is to try and fit in as many tiny experiences that could sort of form the whole experience, like a drive on one of the days to like Naivasha with the kids and a night over. It wouldn't be expensive to the entire 7 days. Find a nice concert that is, child friendly during New Year or during the Christmas period, Christmas Day itself, and then we kind of still have the fireworks and everything, because what was hard was the long period and the money involved. Break it down into tiny ones before I get to the actual plan where now I just go into a hotel and put down 500,000 and then we just sit and watch the clouds. Yeah.
But I guess, I'm like you, Aish. I think for me, activity is an important part of it. So there's the family, but doing stuff as well matters. And I think those are the ones that you can start working towards. I'd really also like to visit New Zealand. Danny, I've said many things.
Wow.
So
why New Zealand?
Yeah.
Listen, why are you judging my list? I thought about this properly. But you asked me what?
Why
New Zealand?
Yes.
Many factors. So I'm a huge fan of the New Zealand All Blacks.
Okay.
So I'd love to go and watch some rugby in that space. Number 2, my dad actually went to university in New Zealand.
Wow.
And he was actually in the group of the first Africans ever to go there. They were even met by the Prime Minister. So it's kind of one of those things like I'd like to go and see what my dad went and did his A-levels and went into university there. There's a piece of me on that side. That's why. Plus, New Zealand has some of the most picturesque sceneries. Lots of stuff there that I love, like the Lord of the Rings was shot there. So I'd like to go and see some of the things that are there and try some of your, adrenaline stuff, because even bungee jumping and all started there, I believe. So I'd like to go and try some of this, but not bungee jumping, some other things. That's why.
Is New Zealand someone that has whales and a lot of...
I think you can do whale watching, yes, because it's an island, essentially. I think you can, but I'm not so 100% sure around that, yes. So why did I bring that up? Because I think for many of us, and we've seen it, especially when at Centonomy dealing with people, there's a sense in which some of these things seem out of our reach. We'd love to do them, but they seem out of our reach until we actually think through why not. So my question to you, and I guess that's how I was putting it out there, is why not Carnegie Hall in New York City to go and listen to one of those concerts that you're thinking? Or why not, where's the place? Victoria Falls. Hey, Joanne has been thinking about it as well. Joanne, why not 5 nights at Sarova? Why not? What's the reason behind it? Why do you think we don't allow ourselves the why?
First, I think it's a matter of mindset, because personally, I think it's from doing one of our classes. When you're in a session and you're giving someone else who is not pressure to say, what is that goal that you want to achieve? Yeah? So why haven't you done it? Anasema pesa. And how much have you set aside for that? Usually it's 0. Why? Because in my head, in my mind right now, as it is, I'm in some fog that tells me I need to be earning another range of salary in order to afford Victoria Falls, in order to afford New Zealand. So I think it's first the mindset. I need to decolonize my mind and tell myself, ni pesa ngapi?
Yes.
X. Now start working towards that if you really want to do this thing. Otherwise, you really don't want to do it. Think of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because kama sio hivyo, then really not, you're not really serious about it.
So what do you think are some of the other barriers? Yeah.
I agree. Actually, mindset is really, plays a very huge role in that, because having scarcity mentality will prevent you from doing so many things or achieving most of your dreams. So it's good to to do the calculation. Najambia, I need this to achieve this, and then you plan yourself. Yeah.
What's blocked you in the past, Joanne, from doing stuff?
I think mine will be a little bit different from theirs because planning is one of the issues that I once thought was the problem. So this year, 2024, I decided we are going to Mombasa. What did I do in January? I got in touch with one of the tour companies and asked for quotations for my dream hotel, my dream number of days, my dream, all that put together, and they sent me the quotation. And man, I couldn't afford it. Even all through the year for 12 months, honestly, I couldn't afford it. It was quite a lot, So I think I have not gotten to where I can achieve my dream.
Yeah.
I have not gotten there.
Yeah.
And what am I doing about it is that I am trying to, build assets, work harder, get multiple streams of income so that doesn't look so big yet. Because, over and above us going to Mombasa, we still need to come back and live life in January. We still need to pay school fees. So there is an amount that I feel like I still can't get to. So I need to move a bit faster than planned and just have assets in place that are now giving me income that can be able to drive me there.
Yeah, I think for me it's also we're heading out in that same direction. We are now planning a bit better than we have in the past. So we've been doing it. You see, people think like here at Centonomy that you know everything. You plan perfectly. That but we're human beings in the same way. And so, in as much as we'd have liked to. This I told you is like now over 5 years ago since we went on a nice family holiday like this. It was simply because we had never made it a priority. So you kind of come to it towards the end of the year. And so for us, exactly what you're doing, we're trying to plan earlier. So this was a 6-month plan that we've worked out to get to that point. And hopefully we can do more like that. I was really challenged by my aunt. She's in her late 70s. And she told her family, I'm going to Australia. And she told them, she kept telling them. She's now sending us photos from Sydney, Australia. She decided. And then she just made a plan. Yeah.
How long did it take before she went to Australia?
So I think they had been talking about it. This is now over a year and a half. I think they've been talking almost 2 years of discussions where she was just saying, I want to go. So she tried to get other people. But other people said, yes, we're going. None of them is there. She went by herself. Yeah. But it was a decision that she made. So I feel like that's something that has really encouraged me. I think probably that's a good time to take a break before we look at the future. I've really loved the interaction so far. So please make sure you do subscribe as you come along. There's lots more to come. I wanted to make a request, please, guys. It costs you absolutely nothing to click on that button that says subscribe. And even if you like the material, you can say like. If you don't like it, don't say you dislike it, but maybe the dislike will let us know that you didn't enjoy it so far. But the subscribe costs you nothing and it makes a huge difference for us. So please just make that subscription and we'll see you after this break.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Curtain podcast. We are continuing the discussion about Christmas, but before we go to the serious talk, I want us to do a fun activity.
Okay.
We are ready.
I have a question and I want to get some responses from you. I want you to name at least one Christmas song without the word Christmas in it. A Christmas song without the word Christmas in it.
There's a song. It's the title is Array of Hope. It's a Christmas song by Sarah Brightman.
It doesn't have the word Christmas in it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't have. You want me to show you? It doesn't have.
So maybe we need to check
when
afterwards.
The sun is born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Does Mary, did you know, have Christmas in it?
No, actually it doesn't.
This was not as hard as I thought. Okay.
Now, there is a song. Wait, so does it have to be a full song or can we do a verse?
Just do the song, Joanne. Just do the song. Just do the song.
Feliz Navidad. That's like the verse. The verse doesn't have
Merry Christmas. Are you sure? Okay,
we wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Forget about the whole song.
No, you said the whole song. Yes.
The fact that I don't know.
So, what do we get for winning?
So I think the person Santa is on your case. Why not? I got you. I got you. Jingle bells also doesn't have.
It doesn't?
Jingle bells.
Really? That's true.
Actually, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. I think the problem is most of the songs I know are in church. That is the thing. So most of them are Christmas. So yes. So.
Okay.
That's it. You're done. That was it.
We were ready to conquer.
Okay, we were ready. We're ready.
Goodness, we were ready to conquer.
Santa used to wear other colors. Red and predominantly red.
This is true.
Yeah, there's a time Santa used to be green.
Green, yeah.
And blue.
Yes. I believe it is Coke that turns Santa red through the advertising. I mean, that's yes.
That's the power of proper.
Hey. Yes. Good fun fact. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's talk favorite Christmas memories. Can you think some of us have had more Christmases than others? Those on this side of the room versus those on that side. I'm sure you can think
Let's start with the ones who have had more.
Yes. Favorite Christmas memories. I'm trying to think. No, can't ask you and then I'm the one who answers my question first. But no. Favorite Christmas memory. Go first. That's favorite.
Well, okay, you see, of course we drink soda.
Yes.
Like daily.
Uh-huh.
But there's a very special memory to me during Christmas. My grandmother, like just there's a time she called me na akaniambia kunywa hii soda. My grandchild, it was for me. It was a really special thing. To be honest, it was a really, really special thing. Yeah. Just to share with the soda with.
So why I brought that up is how much did that cost for a special Christmas? That's your favorite Christmas memory?
Yeah, it is.
How much did it cost?
Soda.
Yeah.
That bottle of soda?
Yeah.
I mean, around 30 something. 30 shillings.
Okay, no pressure that you have to do a cheap one. But yeah, favorite Christmas memory.
Also cheap.
Yeah.
But it was, I think it was in second year. And my grandma had been ailing for some time. She passed away. She rest in peace. And almost everyone was home. You know how on many Christmases, like there's always one person when for some reason had a kuja. At that time, everyone was there, and we didn't have enough places to sleep. So, Sisi, like the youngins, we decided, well, we can translate. And let the other guys be like the one year old, the young ones, and we were storytelling, debating about everything from the most mundane things to world politics, to like everything. And to me, that is the most memorable Christmas.
How much that cost?
Probably the cost of electricity.
For staying awake at night. Yeah. Joanne, what's your favorite Christmas memory?
I think mine is mainly combined, but Christmas when we were younger used to be my mom and my aunt, her sister. So they always used to do it together. So it would always start on the 24th. On the 24th, we would do proper decoration of our houses, both different houses, and compete and see whose house was decorated better. So that's balloon, those hanging ribbons, all of that. And then on the 25th, we used to cook so much. Like we'd start cooking at like 6 and 1 before the food, and then compete and bake cakes, and then see who baked the best cake. And then in the afternoon after we'd eaten, we would all go to Uhuru Park for a boat ride, all the kids, and then go back home. And I think until
to Uhuru Park, please, do you guys even remember what to? So to all the Gen Zs, nowhere in town. Anyway, go and find out what Uhuru Park is.
Yes. But a boat ride used to be, I think, like 100 shillings or something. And when we got back home, we were so exhausted and so tired. I feel like I haven't even matched up that level of excitement for my children, because a lot of things. Oh, I forgot to mention, the cakes were made with jikos, like the charcoal jikos. We never used to have ovens. So it was quite a lot of work the day before. We are trying to find sand, so that because with charcoal jikos, you have to put charcoal below and then put sand on top. So just that whole process used to be so exciting. But now we have ovens. Everything has become so easy. Christmas trees are just easy to do. I feel like I haven't matched.
They're not even trees. It's plastic in the house. You know, back in the day, you'd go and get that a tree that kind of looks like a Christmas tree and put. I guess for me it's been I have two favorite memories. It's that And that's why I'm really excited about this holiday, because we're doing a road trip. So I remember as kids, Dad driving, Mom in the front, the kids at the back, and we are going somewhere, and you just remember being on the road and stopping at places, it's the time you would see a zebra on the side of the road, excitement, of being there. That's one of them. And then the other one is the very first time. I remember, same thing with my grandfather. I remember the first time I ever watched a sheep being chinjwad. So it was quite an experience, because now I was invited as one of the boys. The boys would go out and do that, and then the girls are doing something else. So I was invited as one of the, and it's one of my favorite memories of my grandfather, because it was a manly thing to do. So you are holding the sheep down and you're watching and you're part of the whole thing. So that was an experience for me. So can I make it a bit more serious now, if you don't mind, just for a second? There's pressure from, I know we talked about it, and we've all kind of recognized it's the human experiences that really stick with you. But I feel like even in the descriptions that you have given, there's pressure from family and from society during Christmas. What have you experienced, and what do you think guys experience over the Christmas period as pressure from either family or from society? What have you seen guys experience?
Well, let's start with Auntie Wagari.
Okay.
Auntie Waharia. So, in like one of our previous episodes, we've said like toxicity exists, toxic parents, toxic siblings, toxic families do exist, and there's always the stories of the rich family being treated better. Hawapewi matumbo wakaoshe. They're doing the cool chores. They're hanging out, eating stores in the living room, while everyone else are huko ana and so is that, and is that pressure to match up, last Christmas we will watch Matumbo, and definitely this year you can't be the one like and watch
You seem to be, you're carrying some,
you have a hate and
yes, there's something going on there, but let's not explore that too deeply.
So the pressure to match up, you want to also next time make sure that your kids have like those constant clothes. I remember like there's a time 05 jeans. Everyone have Christmas. So you want to even take that usually to more facilitate lifestyle and probably unnecessary. So the pressure to match up, pressure to show up, pressure to look a certain way. So this is usually that, and I think it's important, like anyone, before going for Christmas, just go for the experience. I know toxicity that it's okay maybe, and that's just human beings being human beings. So try as much as possible to get your experience in the most primal way, in the most basic way, without necessarily having to splurge, because as we established experiences, or for that Christmas to be memorable, it won't be about how much money you spent on that trip or how much shopping you had, or it's about experiences. So try as much as possible to just have the best experience.
I think I'll ride.
Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah,
I'll ride on that. I agree with you when you say that the pressure to sort of sustain the lifestyle they think you have. You see, when you go to Ushago, there's that mentality, or I don't know if it's a stereotype or an idea that those who work in Nairobi
you
have
came from
money.
Nairobi. You came.
Umetoka Nairobi, umetuletea pesa. You see, so the pressure to commit to that.
Yeah.
So you find kuna watu, when they go home, they have to hire cars, vehicles. Yeah, you get yourself into debts just to go and please people in Ushago. So there's a lot of pressure in that. Yeah, and I don't think it's worth it.
How does that?
Because you have to give with limits. As much as they have that mentality that because you stay in Nairobi, you work in Nairobi, when you go to Ushago, they expect that you have a lot of money. You also, when you're giving to family during Christmas, you have to do it with wisdom. Yeah.
How does it work for ladies? Sorry, I'm just interested to know because I wish might be very familiar with this. There's that sense when you go Shago, you're with your family. I still remember the first time, like going, and I was not my father's child anymore. Like I was now Waithaka, the guy who he's running a business, he's doing other things. I was greeted in a very different way. Like now you're called aside by every cousin, every uncle. They greet you nicely. They say, hey, so, hey, Christmas ikwaje? You know, that greeting, I don't know. And it's it's an expectation that comes. What's it like for ladies? Sorry, I'm just curious because you brought it up on that way. Are you greeted the same way like when you go Shags?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, especially when you work in Nairobi.
Yeah.
It's definitely the same because they think you've come with mfuko mzito.
Yes,
they expect a lot from you. So it's actually the same, to be honest.
Yeah, the expectation is exactly the same. The fact that you are considered in the society as successful, there's expectation that comes with money. And so, and if you don't give them, then you're the person who, if something happens to your home, drive that car of yours at 180, come save your mother. So you have to handle it with wisdom because this is community you will still need. This is where still some of your parents, some of your cousins who are still left there, still continue surviving there, and they have to coexist well. And a part of it is pegged on your attitude. And so sometimes when you see people going to Shago and making, like they get a G or 2 Gs and they break it into so many 50 shillings. So
yes, that's what I had to learn. Don't go with 1,000 bob in your pocket because you will be greeted many. That's why I said greeting.
Yes, you have to do that, and you have to do that because it's an expectation and something pegged to it is important, if not for you, for the people who are existing there.
And most of it is an event that has kind of people or other people
church event, the church Christmas.
Church event, because there's of course a parent who's really, really proud of you, and this is from a Shag's kind of story. There's your parent, very proud of you. He will even introduce you to all his friends. My son, then after that, the ule na pamjanga atatoka hapo. Then utawachwa na wao because you're with them. And now is that expectation. These are people, so you grow up, these are people who walikulea. Hawakukulea in truth, it's probably but walikulea. And it's of course the expectation being Africans ya kurudisha mkono. So unarudisha mkono aje. Sometimes unaweza toka huko uje January kwanza kuisha.
Yes. But that's what I'm asking. So how have you guys dealt with it? How do you deal with that pressure? Because it's real. It's not something that's going to disappear. So there's the one that you want to kind of be seen by. Even you, sometimes you give yourself that pressure you go Shags because you also want to be seen as that. And then there's the pressure that everybody else has been giving. So how have you dealt with it?
Well, for me, because I have accepted it as part of my life, I'm a child of the community, and I'm not going to run away from that. My parents probably got some help raising me, and God has blessed me, and I'm successful in my own right. So that thing of having loose money, cash money, when you're going to Ushago, extremely important. Me, I have it, and I give out. I'll give out that 50, and because I've budgeted for it, not like it might not even be written down, but I know my limits. I'm not gonna go and give someone 500, another one 500. I'm not in politics, but it's gonna be real amounts of money, 50, 100 shillings.
You don't have ambitions for
I'm not doing politics. Let's
women rep. You can do it.
Then the way they come to you, they come and say,
okay, that's right.
Those things are 30 bob. So fine, if I give you 50 bob, you're okay. So I know there's a certain amount at a certain point that I'll need to part with. I'm okay with it. I've budgeted for it. I know where to cut it off. And sometimes when I give you so much and I realize you have potential, because we also have a responsibility as a community to uplift those who are there. I mean, I'll directly come to you and say, I think you're better than this. You cannot be borrowing money. You're better than this. I saw you grow up. So I'll give you, but imagine you have a better future than this. So go be what you need to be.
Sorry, I just wanted to add to what you said. For me, what I learned was to do the budgeting. Which I actually say part of the Christmas budget is just for greeting people. Yes. Yes. So part of it, that's what it is, and just prepare in advance. It's so important. Then the other thing, sorry, because it's based on what you just said, that's why I'm adding it now, is like we try as much as possible to shop for homes. And this is something I learned from my wife, because she does shopping and then she has different bags and she knows which bag is going to which home, and it kind of gives you context. So you're able to know that family is not as close as this one. So you have to do what you're doing. So no, it is true. It is true. Your mom and your second cousin had removed or whatever it is. Yes, it's not the same. So you kind of organize yourself that way. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I was to add on that. It's understanding the relationship you have with these people and knowing the relationship I have with this cousin and the other different. And so I will treat them differently. Because, okay, not differently to mean that who you need to buy. There's a bare minimum.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah.
And then there's he's a personal friend on top of a relative. So those are different people. So you treat them different. If budget young we are in Christmas. So from here, I know who received the one of them.
Yeah.
So balance. Not who gets what.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it,
Johnny, you brought up a very powerful point when you said you are a child of the community. That's why there's black tax, and as Africans, we appreciate that. We appreciate to give back to the community. So yes, I budget for it. And when you go home, you give wisely. There's a friend of mine who ever advised me, okay, I know if at all she'll watch this.
Yes, don't worry.
Yeah, but this is an advice that I'll never implement in my life. And it was out of jokes. She said, Nancy, when you go home, just dress raggedly. Wear ragged clothes. Let your hair be shaggy so that you're not, so that no one, doesn't take advantage of you financially.
Well,
giving them a message that you're also struggling.
Even you are in that same state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
you to join them. You go.
Yeah. So it's good to give back to the community.
No, but I've experienced it the other way. Sorry, hold your thought. I've experienced it the other way in that I know for a long time in my life as a kid, we'd never ask, but there was that sense in which an uncle would come and say, here's your Christmas. An aunt would come and say, here's your Christmas. Yeah. I remember vividly that gift of a grandparent is so powerful. Even if it's a small thing, but they've given of themselves. So I don't feel bad like in giving as well. But yes, sorry, you're about to say.
Yeah, I want to say like Christmas is essentially the season of giving.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think as far as Tukianza January, it's something that ideally you should have at the back of your mind knowing that maybe Christmas so maybe wakati Christmas itafika, I'll need to do my So how much are you planning, or are you ready to give? And giving back to the community, giving back to your church, because church really a good thing. I attribute a lot of my personal growth to the church because leadership, maybe someone's EPC happen. So I attribute a lot of my growth and the person I am today to that church. And I really can't just to go and say that Christmas on a budget in January. I have to
plan for it. Yeah.
When this time comes, this is what I do. These are planning to give, and there's something else they say. It doesn't have to be money. You can give experientially. You can give through acts of service, being there for people, celebrating good times with them.
Have you ever gone beyond your budget? Like felt the pressure so much that you went beyond? What took you beyond that, Nancy? What was it that made you know I have this, but what was that?
You see, like during Christmas shopping, Christmas shopping. Yeah, you have this budget that you've set aside for shopping. But then, because they want more.
Who wants more?
The family.
And you give in to that?
You give more. Yeah, you have to give more because they need it. Yeah, because you know you have it.
Yeah.
Although you had already set a budget.
Yeah. Have you ever?
A lot of it was just emotional decision making.
Like what? What were you emotional about?
Everyone is happy. So you're coming to tell me by this or that tunataka soda.
Yes.
Tuongeze soda.
Yeah.
And everyone is happy. I am also very happy. So saying no or starting to think, wait. You know.
Yes.
So for example, before I leave Nairobi to go to Shags, I make sure I've paid my rent, essential bills, because if worse comes to worse,
you're at least okay for the month.
Till the end of the month.
Okay.
It's very important for transport.
I like that. I like that.
But a lot of it happens. Umechochwa. And they say tunaona unafanya vitu kubwa, unafanya sijui nini, you are it. And hiyo kuchochwa sometimes it gets to you because everyone I think wants a good name. Everyone wants a good, like that cafe or popular or something. So there are chances that you will fall into it. Chances are. So,
Joan, have you ever gone past your budget?
Oh, so many times. It's exciting how everybody's saying community pushed me. Society pushed me. It means my children. Like you're home for December and every Friday they're just looking at you like, what's the plan?
Yeah.
I'm like, Auntie, what's the plan? See, last week we went to that play area and play areas are expensive. Like per child is about 1,500. Yeah. So if you go with two of them, that's 3,000. 3,000, you've not bought lunch. You've not fueled the car to take them there. So literally you're living out of that place having spent 5,000. If you do that even every weekend, man, you've spent a lot of money. So yes, December, and you know that period in December between 25th and 28th where you usually don't even know what day of the month it is or what is happening. So I don't even look at my account balances. I'm like, my God is still with us. My God is still with us. Because man, the things you have done, you've bought pizzas, you have tried out everything. Now we forget the whole experience things, and instead of sitting and baking cakes, we're just there finding new play areas. I have.
No, I agree with you. I think maybe I told you, it's us being parents, it's the same. And sometimes it's also just, you feel I'm on holiday. And then the house help has left.
It's so exhausting.
I praise the Lord, at least the kids are now old enough to start helping with cleaning and stuff. But I remember back in the day, you're just like, you were cooking again. No. So you end up, so you spend on takeout, and then you go out, then you do something else. So there's a lot along the way. Just quickly before we end, why is it, I know we've kind of said it, but I'd like to hear it from you. Why do you think January is still such a thing for us, especially here in Kenya? What we've kind of talked about it, but maybe you'd like to say it in different words before we close this out. Why is January still such a thing?
So, okay, for me, December is for the
everyone.
So, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year. Like, let me relax right now. What I enjoy.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, January is coming, and I'll have to already in January. Since, like, because transfer next year, it's like somewhere you have to go some other time and deal with other things that are totally out of the order established in ECO.
Yeah.
So, we never spend too. You are just living for now, for today, and forget kuna kesho.
Yeah.
I think mainly inakuanga hiyo, like, I think it's my time to enjoy, it's my time to relax and end overboard.
What do you think, Joan? Why is January such a thing?
Every month has about 30 or 31 days. December has 30. We close on the 20th, like Centonomy, we close on the 20th.
Around that time.
From 21st of December, I have nothing to do apart from sit with my kids in the house until the end of that month. Before now I come back to work somewhere in January. So these are about 10 days where if I was in the office, I'd probably have carried breakfast from home, had lunch, but I'm in the house with my kids looking at me with very sad eyes, like the kids who have been, abandoned and asking me, can we go swimming? Can we go here and here? You see, and so I have to spend there. And then January generally is a long month. So combining with that, if you don't plan, for sure there is reason that you will feel the length of it.
I agree, Joan. It's a long month because remember you had December, you've spent so much money and you have now this long month to tackle. Yeah, and it's also a month where schools open. There's a lot of pressure. Yeah, so January is such a big deal.
So you said something earlier on that has struck a chord with me because I think it's something we've tried to practice as well. My sweetheart is so much better at this than me. Even I teach people, but she does it. So like what you said, we are making payments now for Jan.
Yeah.
Like now getting into, by the time you're in October, November, we've already started making those payments in advance. So that we're already paying school fees, we're already doing that. So by the time holiday comes, it feels like whatever money is left, you're okay to spend and you don't feel that much pressure on it. And you're like, if you use it, use it. If you don't use it, you've already taken care of the future. So I think that's something that's really cool. Maybe you have a Christmas message for guys before we end this. Maybe you wanted to say something, maybe Merry Christmas. I'll give you a chance as we go.
Yes, so guys, enjoy your Christmas. 2024 Christmas. It's the only Christmas in 2024. Of course, we have one Christmas per year. So enjoy to the fullest.
Yeah.
Remember to give back to your community. Yeah, share love with families, with friends, with colleagues. Yeah, enjoy.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hey, even Sam.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
From the bottom of my heart. Well done. Merry Christmas. Joanne, you have something?
Merry Christmas 2024. And I promise you guys, how beautiful 2025 is going to be is going to be determined as early as this month. Don't wait for December. This month. If you don't start planning this month, January will be long and sad, and so will the rest of the year. So have fun, enjoy, splurge if you need to, if you hadn't planned. But remember, the 2025 is completely dependent on these 3 months that you have. They'll really contribute. So try and think about it, try and plan, so that the whole of next year we're not just here complaining. Yeah.
So Merry Christmas, and remember, it's about the experiences. Everyone here just talked about that moment, that part that we're going to have as a family, with your friends. It's the experiences, not so much the money that you have to spend. But sometimes you have to spend the money to have the experience. Yeah. So enjoy it and Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We should do one song. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King.
We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, guys.